What if the men closest to God were the furthest from holiness? You're about to uncover the Vatican's darkest secrets. Popes who traded souls for power, turned sacred halls into dens of vice, and even sold the throne of St. Peter. These scandals threatened to shatter the Catholic Church, so why does it still stand today? One shocking truth revealed at the end will change how you see the papacy forever. Don't look away. This journey will grip you to the core. The Catholic Church has guided billions for 2 millennia, its popes seen as God's chosen. But some didn't just falter. They plunged into scandal, shaking the faith of millions. These stories aren't relics. They reveal the human flaws behind a divine mission. Can the holiest office survive such betrayal? Let's find out, starting with a pope who turned the Vatican into a battleground.
Before we delve in deeper, please take 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on similar videos. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Back to our discussion.
Number 6. Pope John XII, the wild rebel. In 955 A.D., an 18-year-old John XII was crowned pope, handpicked by his powerful Roman family. The Vatican was a political arena, noble clans vying for control. John's father, Albrecht II, ruled Rome, and after his death ensured John's rise. But this teenager wasn't here for prayers. He craved chaos. John made the Lateran Palace a hub of vice, according to chronicler Liutprand of Cremona. Wild parties echoed through sacred halls with whispers of forbidden liaisons. One report claims he toasted pagan gods, a pope cheering for Jupiter. The faithful recoiled, but John acted untouchable. He allied with Emperor Otto I, crowning him in 962 for leverage, then betrayed him, scheming with rivals. Otto stormed Rome, deposed John, and installed a new pope. John rallied a comeback, only to meet a grim end in 964, legend says, in a lover's bedroom, felled by a jealous husband or divine wrath. What's your take? John's recklessness shows power can corrupt the sacred, but was he the worst? Next, a pope whose ambition dwarfed even this. Stay locked in. The stakes are rising. Number 5, the Borgia Pope, Alexander II's web of power. Rodrigo Borgia, born in 1431, seized the papacy in 1492 as Alexander III, when the Renaissance sparked art, but also greed. The church was a political machine, and this Spaniard mastered it. Bribing cardinals to win, he aimed not for salvation, but a dynasty. Alexander funneled church wealth to his children. His son Cesare, a brutal warlord, carved territories with papal support. His daughter Lucretia, wed for alliances, was linked to whispers of poison. The Borgias thrived on scandal. Enemies accused Alexander of simony, selling church rolls, and hosting shocking Vatican banquets. The Banquet of Chestnuts tale describes dancers in wild contests, too scandalous to detail. Fact or slander, the rumors enraged the faithful, who questioned their shepherd. Alexander's worst secret wasn't his family. It was a move so bold it could have collapsed the church. What was it? Hold tight, we'll unveil it soon. Alexander died in 1503, likely from malaria, though poison was whispered. His legacy left the church richer but distrusted, sparking reform cries. Could you resist such power? The next scandal pushes the church to the brink. Number 4, Pope Sergius III, the shadow of murder. Let's step back to 904 A.D., when Pope Sergius III clawed his way to the throne during Rome's darkest days. The papacy was a prize for ruthless families, and Sergius, backed by the Theophylact clan, played dirty. His rise followed the infamous Cadaver Synod, where a predecessor's corpse was tried and defiled. Sergius didn't start that madness, but he thrived in its shadow. Sergius was accused of murder to secure his seat, allegedly ordering the deaths of rivals, including anti-Pope Christopher. Chroniclers like Liutprand whispered of his affair with Marozia, a noblewoman whose influence dominated Rome. Their son, later Pope John XI, tied Sergius to a web of power and scandal. He ruled with an iron grip, favoring allies and crushing foes while the faithful mourned a church steeped in blood. Was Sergius a monster or a survivor in a brutal age? Sergius's reign set a grim tone, but the church endured. Up next, a pope whose greed rivaled his ambition. Keep watching. The scandals deepen. Number 3, the Avignon papacy. Exile and greed. In 1309, the papacy itself became the scandal. Pope Clement V, a Frenchman, fled Rome for Avignon, France, under King Philip IV's influence. Rome's riots and rival clans made Avignon a safer throne. For 70 years, popes ruled from a French fortress, not the Eternal City, dubbed the Babylonian captivity by Catholics, echoing Israel's exile. Avignon popes lived like royalty, their Palais des Papes a lavish stronghold. They taxed the faithful heavily, selling indulgences to fund extravagance. Poet Petrarch decried Avignon as a sewer of vice, accusing popes of greed. Distant from places like England, the faithful felt abandoned, trust fracturing. In 1378, Pope Gregory XI returned to Rome to mend the divide but died soon after. Cardinals elected Urban VI, but French loyalists chose Clement VII, who fled to Avignon. 2 popes emerged, launching the Western Schism, splitting the Church. This schism's chaos awaits, but first, reflect. The Avignon era exposed the papacy's drift. Could the Church recover? Smash that like button if this split shocked you, and comment, would you have followed Rome or Avignon? Keep watching, the answer's coming. By 1378, 2 popes claimed God's throne. Urban VI in Rome, hot-headed and divisive, versus Clement VII in Avignon, backed by France. Europe split, England and Germany with Rome, France and Spain with Avignon. The faithful, from peasants to kings, faced a crisis of loyalty. Both popes excommunicated each other, escalating tensions. New popes followed, prolonging the rift. In 1409, the Council of Pisa elected a 3rd pope, worsening the chaos. 3 popes. Reformers like Jan Hus demanded change, foreshadowing the Reformation. The Council of Constance in 1417 ended the schism, deposing rivals and crowning Martin V. But the Church's authority suffered, trust eroded. This wasn't one pope's failing, but a system pushed to collapse. Could faith endure such division? Number 2, Pope Julius II, the warrior pope. Fast forward to 1503, when Pope Julius II, born Giuliano della Rovere, took the throne. The Renaissance was at its peak, but Julius wasn't just a patron of Michelangelo, he was a warrior. Nicknamed the Fearsome Pope, he led armies to reclaim church lands, trading mitre for armor. Was this God's vicar or a king in disguise? Julius's scandals weren't personal vices, but institutional excess. He funded wars and St. Peter's Basilica through mass indulgent sales, promising salvation for cash. Critics, including Martin Luther, decried this as corrupting faith, sowing seeds for the Reformation. His ambition strengthened the Church's power, but weakened its soul, as the faithful questioned a pope who battled more than he blessed. Did Julius save the church or push it toward crisis? Julius's reign shows ambition can rival piety. Number 1. Pope Benedict IX, the Pope who sold the throne. Pope Benedict IX, born around 1012, redefined scandal. Crowned in 1032 by his Tusculani family, this young pope, likely in his 20s, faced a Rome where noble clans fought for the papacy. Benedict played their game, but on his terms. Chroniclers like Rodulfus Glaber accused him of violence and greed, staining the church's honor. Expelled in 1036, Benedict returned only to be ousted again in 1044. Then, in 1445, he allegedly sold the papacy to his godfather, Pope Gregory VI, for gold, a transaction that stunned Rome. He later tried to reclaim the throne, sparking a three-way papal clash until Emperor Henry III ended it in 1046. Benedict's legacy, a pope who commodified the sacred, lingered. Now for the truth, tying it all together. Despite John's debauchery, Alexander's schemes, Sergius's bloodshed, Avignon's exile, the schism's fracture, Julius's wars, and Benedict's sale, the Catholic Church didn't just survive. It grew to 1.4 billion faithful today. Why? It's more than popes. It's the faith of millions and reforms that followed. From Brazil's vibrant parishes to America's rising dioceses, believers held firm, while figures like St. Catherine of Siena and councils like Constance rebuilt trust. These scandals didn't break the church, they forged its resilience. This matters, whether you're Catholic or curious. It shows even sacred institutions falter, but can rise stronger. Which scandal hit you hardest? Comment below and let's talk. If this rocked your world, smash that like button and share with a friend. From John XII's wild nights to Benedict IX's audacious sale, these scandals reveal humanity's highs and lows. The Church, 2,000 years strong, endures through faith and change. You're part of this story? Subscribe, hit the bell, and join us for more history secrets. What's next? Guess in the comments. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, keep the faith, ask questions. Peace.